No, no, I'm talking about Captain America.
Oh.
With a nasty temperament. Ice, well, his watch is working as well as ours. No, there it is. How about it?
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Got your attention?
Damn!
What is the biggest ick?
People like wrestling.
You can suck my fucking dick!
Coming in hot.
Let's get so fired up at that part. Everybody, Thursday night. We're a little earlier. I've got movie tickets, and we've got a new panelist on the show. We got Boston Chris. Of course, we always have Biggie Shaq and Papa Wheelie, and me, Beckerman. So, hey, everybody, let's talk wrestling.
Yes. A lot of big things happening in the world.
Welcome to the show, and because it's your first Sweet Chin Music, you got to talk about your pro wrestling origin story.
Jesus. All right. Well, I mean, for me, I am a child of the 80s. I was born in 82. So, I became, I guess, cognizant of wrestling like right as, WrestleMania, Hulkamania, and all that type of stuff was going on. So I was, just a huge fan since I was a little kid. Used to watch the Rockin' Wrestling commercial, the cartoon show. I wish I knew where I kept this stuff. But I did have the little, the Hulk Hogan, pump you up stuff. I had the set that he had, the weightlifting set with the blue weights and everything. I had that as a kid. Used to go with my dad to the Boston Garden to watch some of the live wrestling that used to come there every once in a while. So I've just been a huge fan since the 80s. And, of course, as you get older, you kind of walk away from it for a little bit. But then when The Rock kind of made his comeback against John Cena, so talking about 2012-ish is when I got hooked back in, because I was like, oh, The Rock is back. I love this. So, I've just been a fan ever since. I always usually will check out, even at the very least, from the Royal Rumble straight through to WrestleMania. But the past few years have been so good that I just watch, back like I did when I was younger. So, huge fan. Loved, WCW back in the day, or the NWA when it was was a huge ECW fan. Loved Ring of Honor. I like AEW. It's kind of, fallen off from what it once was, but it was good. And then my friends, my friend Jamie, who was actually a really, really big fan of Japanese and international wrestling, got me into a bunch of that. So I was just, I'm pretty well versed. I'm not the greatest mind of wrestling, but I watch a lot of different stuff, and I try to keep my ear to the ground on the big happenings.
Yeah. So I take it you watched the Royal Rumble?
Oh yeah.
Now we have talked about the Royal Rumble on Bleeker's Church, but we didn't talk about it here because we've been on hiatus, but we're back. And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least recap. And I know to open up the Rumble, we saw Papa's gal, Stephanie McMahon.
Yes.
What'd you guys think of that?
Okay, she's back. I don't. Did we really miss her that much? I mean, that's the thing. She's been gone for so long, and it's just I don't feel like she's really part of the show anymore. She's more of a
We know why you missed her, Pop.
Well, yeah. I mean, but even still, it's just, so her coming back was, I think, more of a ceremonial thing. Oh, here's Stephanie McMahon. It's just okay.
Oh, Stephanie. Yeah, we didn't miss her at all.
Hey, guys, I just want to say happy birthday to Todd, who's in the chat. I don't know Todd, but
happy birthday,
it's his
Todd.
birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Hope you celebrate well.
I don't know if we need a McMahon opening up pay-per-views anymore, and she said it like Vince would have.
Yeah. That's the thing, too. I kind of I felt kind of the same way, where it's just all right, well, she's trying to channel him back through, and I know that
you say the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
We know who you're trying to sound like, and it's a guy that we're not trying to remember.
No. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people keep holding out hope that maybe one day he'll be. It's you don't want him back. Trust me.
He's not coming back.
No, he'll never be back. But I'm just saying, do you need anybody with the I mean, if she had come out as Stephanie What's Triple
Helmsley.
H's last name
Oh,
again?
Stephanie
Levesque.
Levesque.
If she came out as Stephanie Levesque, I probably have less problem with it. But do we need to hear the name McMahon before a pay-per-view anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it was refreshing not to. It really was like to just kind of cleanse that name. I mean, they don't own it anymore, so you might as well just cleanse the McMahon name. That's the way I feel about it. Just wipe the slate clean. No more McMahons.
Well, to be fair, all she did was talk on the mic for a couple minutes, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Well, and it was in the wake of more allegations. I saw what he put. Janelle Grant's suit got bigger, so her lawyer introduced more evidence against Vince, more damning what did she have? Recordings of him saying some really like pressuring to sign the NDA or he's gonna be in trouble. I just don't know. I feel like they might have also been like, well, Stephanie's McMahon, but she's a woman, so we'll put her out there. Like, it
was damage control.
And
I feel like it's kind of like you said, she's a woman, so it's like, oh, we can just do damage control and put a female McMahon out there, and like no one's gonna get mad at that, right? And it's just like,
Well, what was worse? Stephanie or Nikki Bella coming back?
And how weird is it that Nikki Bella comes back as John Cena's getting ready to retire?
Yeah, and she said she's gonna be there through more stuff. It wasn't just like the.
Oh, she's coming back for more. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Chris. I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, she's got I guess another run in the company happening, and that's the thing. Do we need Nikki Bella back? Like, really? I mean, like the quality of wrestlers that we have, you really don't need her. I mean, they're so oversaturated that it's like, I don't see a place for her. I mean, if you want to wrestle, great, but like you still have just this loaded women's roster that is just over the top right now.
And Nikki Bella, like, you're kind of an era we want to forget about women's wrestling. She literally became a wrestler because she wanted to be famous for something.
Yeah.
She just wanted to be famous. She wanted a reality show.
Well, you did see that she teased her, maybe Brie Mode will come back too. Like she did tease that Brie might come back. Like, we don't need it. We don't need it. Like, and I can already see like the, I guess, trajectory on that one. So then the Bella Twins are back. They're gonna get a run with the women's tag team title. You don't really need that. Yeah, because there's just better.
Is there even a women's tag team title? Do they still do that?
Yeah.
So who's the tag champions?
It's Naomi and I think Naomi.
Because the other guy, Jade Cargill, is injured. So it's Bianca Belair and Naomi.
Yeah.
I knew that.
They didn't do like AEW where they just kind of like had it. I mean, I guess it's kind of an interim, but they're like, no, she just took her place, and no one's argued about it.
Well, let's transition into the Women's Rumble. Or as I always call it, let's have dinner before we have dinner. 2 Rumbles, and this one, Biggie made a case. I heard him on church. He said he thinks he might have enjoyed the women's better.
There was good points to it. Like I'm not saying that wasn't bad. It was some good points to it. Like I enjoyed the match. The only thing that was kind of weird was the fact that after you get to about the halfway point, they just filled the ring with as many women as they possibly could to have these just long. There's these big drawn out like multi elimination spots, and so that felt kind of weird because you have a Royal Rumble where no one went out for about the second half of the match, and then all of a sudden people are just flying over the top rope left and right to make Nia Jax look good, and just to try to kind of make it seem like she's just this unstoppable monster who's eliminating 4 or 5 girls at a time. But I mean, overall, was it entertaining? It wasn't terrible, it wasn't great, but I think that they've earned their spot on that place where you have a women's rumble, you have enough women to do it, and they deserve to be showcased. They did a good job.
I just thought they booked it better.
Hello to K-pop.
I just thought that the outcome was better than the men's, basically.
I could see that, and I know where you're going with that. I can understand that.
It felt like there were some better reveals. Like the surprises in the women's rumble were better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And
like Jordan
did
Grace
Trish
coming out with-
Stratus look better than half the women's roster? Like,
she did.
There was a couple good moves in there too.
Yeah.
That chick picking up Nia Jax and dumping her on her head. That was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
The NXT lady really impressed me too. I kept telling my wife, I was like, man, she's hung around that Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, she did a good job.
She ain't bad.
No, she you know what? She reminded me of I remember in the Elimination Chamber, I think it was last year, Tiffany Stratton really impressed me because she, like, this is when she had first been called up and she lasted a long time in the Elimination Chamber. I was like, she's gonna be great. Like, she's gonna be a big thing going forward. And Roxanne has that same feel.
You know what I think it is I think HBK had a lot more to do with it than Triple H. Is probably why I liked it more.
Probably. Because Sean has done a great job with the NXT roster and, like, making them feel as though like these are the next upcoming stars. And then when they come over to the main roster, like they put on good performances. So I like when they showcase the newer people in something like that, where it's just like, all right, they're actually getting their moment, they're getting the time to shine, and that this is the future. So I do like that. I think Shawn Michaels done a great job with NXT.
I saw people, and I don't want to go too fast here past the women's rumble, but I thought it was a good idea to have the tag team best of 3 right after that. It was a good popcorn match. Like, get up, go to the bathroom. But when you came back and you did watch it, it wasn't bad, but you didn't really, like, it just kind of broke up the whole having 2 rumbles. And then that way, the Kevin Owens match with Cody felt big again. It didn't feel like a space filler.
Yeah.
What do we got here, Pop? The Bellas.
Oh, the Bella Twins, and is that Lana? Very nice.
Yeah.
I forgot not got some sun in that picture.
Yeah, you look tan.
You got a good tan going.
Were you hanging out at the beach? No.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Don't drop it.
Yeah.
He's getting frustrated.
The you know what? I agree with you. Whereas it's like you needed that to break up, just because the women's rumble, it was a good starting point, and it did have a lot of pops. It was good. It was good as far as the cameos and stuff. Like Jordan Grace coming out was huge. Because they had teased it, and then the Alexa Bliss return was huge. I was sitting there wondering, because they had made it seem, or the people that talk about wrestling, like Wrestle Talk and them, made it seem as though she wasn't coming back. Like, she's like, no, she's not going to make it, but it's going to be probably Becky Lynch. So I'm like, when's Becky Lynch coming? And all of a sudden, Alexa Bliss's music hits us. And everybody didn't expect it to happen. You heard how loud the crowd got for her. So that was a great time to see her come in. And then Nikki Bella was kind of, another shocker that you didn't expect to see. But you're right about Trish. Trish looked like she was in fantastic shape. Like, she could do another couple runs.
She looked better than half of the women in WWE in the ring, and she looked better than basically everyone in AEW, with the exception of a few people.
Yeah. K-pop says that she wanted Asuka. Asuka, I think, is still hurt. I don't know how I guess close to coming back she is.
Asuka's having some what do we want to call it? Mental health issues too, it sounds like. I don't know if anybody's been following that, but she has like a pretty serious stalker where she's had to get interventions and stuff, and has had to take time off because it's like damaging her psyche.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, not to bum everybody out, but yeah. Feel kind of bad for her. Certainly that's not cool for whoever has brought terror to her life, but yeah.
Didn't that happen to Rhea Ripley at one point?
No, I think Rhea Ripley had a stalker too. Yeah, I think a few of the ladies have.
That I think that the guy got so close that he actually went in her house.
Yeah,
because I remember that for a while.
That's not cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. That definitely was something that, I mean, it's really like nutty that some people will do stuff like that. Like, there's just like, they can't separate that fandom from I guess whatever mental issues they have, and yeah, they'll go ahead and get stalkers and stuff, and it's really
That's awful.
just a Nazi
They don't tend to follow dudes as much as they do the girls, because
yeah,
you know.
yeah, it's really weird, and especially like you know, because I remember the Sonya one being a big deal because she was really shaken up by it because it's like, you know, the guy actually confronted her in the house, like it was like she had to have a standoff with him, which was kind of messed up.
Mm-hmm. She handled herself pretty well, though.
Everyone's favorite blue wrench, Christina Payne.
Hey, Christina, what's up?
Sorry, Biggie, I stepped on you there.
No, you're good. She handled herself pretty good, the way I remember the story.
Yeah. She's a trained fighter and everything, so she can't handle herself. It's just, but like the shock of just some random stranger in your house, and it's just like, can I help you? Like what do you want?
Can I help you? You are that polite, Boston Chris. If you find a stranger in your house, you're gonna be like,
but I mean, I'm just kind of thinking like what, you know, because at that moment you don't know what to say. Sometimes you'd be all freaked out. Like, no, I probably wouldn't say, can I help you? I'd be like, you know, the nicest thing I'd say, like what do you want? Like, what's going on?
All right, one snack and a of your choice, but then you gotta leave. Yeah. Hey, to circumstances, I'll see you in a little bit, buddy. We're headed to the movies tonight, the theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the other cameo that came out, or the other return that came back was Charlotte Flair, to which the fans, I think, you didn't have any boos on the night of the Rumble.
No, they had a good pop for her, but the next night,
Monday,
the crowd went a little against her on that one, but I thought she handled it well. Like, I'm not gonna let you boo me.
Yeah, no, they went to business.
Does Charlotte Flair just work better naturally as a heel? I know they're trying to make her the baby face because she returned from injury.
That was the problem.
And I think they're gonna try to put her up against Tiffy time. Probably. And Tiffy kind of has a younger version of the gimmick. Charlotte works as like, I'm better than you. I'm the goddess. I'm your queen. But I think they can still do it where the crowd will cheer Tiffy because they like her.
Yeah.
And they'll boo Charlotte, and Charlotte can play that because she's the OG queen, right?
I have to say, it was funny because like when she's on Raw, and like you could tell for a moment she dropped character. She's like, I really missed you guys. Like I really am happy to be back. Like I want to come out here and do this for you. Like I missed every single one of you and this and that. And they still started booing her. And then I think it was like the next week, she's like, are you gonna do to me what those people over there did? Because I mean, I don't know what I did wrong, but if you're gonna hate me, and then that's when she really played up the heel part. She was like, and it just works better for her. So I think that you know, her coming back is cool. I think that the way that she's handling it is good. Even though the crowd on that Monday went into business for themselves hard, and she's just like,
they really did. They hijacked that, and I think they set the precedent because she's been getting booed ever since.
Yeah, but that's
and
cool,
even
though.
When she tried to do stuff that they had no choice but to be like, okay, like they still kind of like the crowd went mild instead of wild.
Yeah. But you know what though? I think that what you described is the best case scenario for that, because like people, I mean, like the pop that Tiffany got for cashing in was huge. So it's just like, you know, they want to cheer her, boo Charlotte. Like, okay, perfect. You got two people.
The ending of the Women's Royal Rumble, it was great. Everything looked good.
Yep.
But compared to my reaction at the end of the Men's Royal Rumble, I kind of saw Charlotte coming. I expected her to win. Mm-hmm. It felt expected for me.
Yeah, I actually, I mean, in comparing the two, like I wasn't. I'd say the same. Like I wasn't really surprised when Charlotte won. I figured that because I mean, you're not gonna put Nia. I mean, you put Nia over, yes, but like she's not gonna win though. Just because she just was the champion. Like that doesn't make much sense to throw her back into a championship match again.
Hey to my buddy Swagda. What's up, bud?
Hey.
And hey to Ben Compton. Benny Compton's here tonight. Wow.
I'm gonna say, like, you did make a good comment though with the the matches in between, and then the Cody and
Okay,
Kevin
let's
Owens
talk
match.
that match. What did you think, Biggie? Cody versus Kevin Owens.
Cody did excellent. Cody could do no harm, in my opinion. I was a little bit hard on him, but now I hope he keeps the belt for a long time.
We are live, Journey.
Really? What
Yeah.
caused the change of opinion, Big?
Watching old Japan wrestling, he was throwing up them two sweets, and
Yeah.
a little nostalgia for New World Order. So I think of him as like the last little gasp of old school.
Cody,
And I like it.
Makes a great heel.
It wasn't my favorite part of the night, though. I'll let y'all get to the part I like. I'll tell you when.
Okay.
Right.
I liked it.
I'll say this much: Cody is a great heel. If you put him in that spot, he can be a great heel. He's an amazing babyface. Like you can't deny him that. I thought that match was really good. I was surprised at some of the stuff that they did. I was like, wow, they're actually letting him go pretty well.
Did anyone think Kevin Owens got injured, or was that just me?
I
thought he was injured at one point.
At the finish of the match, like when he went through that ladder. Yeah, because it jerked his neck a little bit.
That looked nasty.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then what helped sell it was Sammy's reaction, because Sammy's like, oh, like after he like kind of yelled at Cody, like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Oh my god!" And then like everybody kind of freaked out, and it was just like, but it was the way his neck jerked. I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, I think he really got hurt.
Hello to Comic Journey.
He only gets one.
No, that's fine. I got mine in no matter what.
There you go. But yeah, no, like I thought that was a good match, and actually, in defeat, he still looked good. It was like, you put on a big match, they destroyed each other, and he goes out, he's hurt, but he's back, and Cody's still kind of nursing his injury a little bit, but it was a good match. It was like they both looked good. No matter who won, they both came out looking better after. So I think that was a great match to have. Could it have gone after the Rumble? I think it would have took the wind out of the sails. I think it was in the perfect spot.
All right, Papa has something. Do you have something to say, Pop? Did you type something up? All right.
Hey, check this out.
Oh no!
It's never. Why are you so mean to CJ? Poor Comic Journey. Does he deserve it? Maybe.
I don't think so. I just thought about this. Papa Willie had the Synthetics panel gimmick before Synthetics panel, so kind of weird.
He did have. You have had that for a while, haven't you, Pop?
I love Marcus's comment. Okay, that works for me. Given the old, he was like, if it's CJ Love, he's out of here. He wasn't having that.
I think Marcus is ribbing me. I think he's pulled a successful prank. He's got me going out at 9 p.m. on a Thursday night to go see a movie. And I just have this feeling I'm going to get there and nobody's going to be there. And he's just going to be like, aha, I got you. Like I'm driving across town to go to this.
Oh my gosh.
In the midnight, basically 9 p.m.
Basically the premiere. Like you're going to be like among the first to see this thing.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything good. Biggie, you were telling me earlier, you haven't heard anything good either, have you?
Nah, it seems like everybody is saying it's not good. They're saying that the guy playing the spot of Falcon just can't live up to expectation kind of deal. So it's kind of hard to follow up the original Chris Evans Captain America. Like the guy, he swung Thor's hammer. He battled Thanos by himself. Like, well, what are we doing, Falcon?
The other guy's got wings.
Fly.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to just to see like it move. MCU.
You want me to pick you up, Swag? You can come along.
But
Swag is against the Marvel movies now. He's very
really
for only being a collector for like a year. This guy is already bitter.
I'm going to tell you something. Like now, a lot of people will say that, like a lot of people got to Endgame and they praised it, and then all of a sudden things, slowed down. And like, oh, it's not Endgame. Like, look, the best you can hope is that these things do well. Because if they don't, I'm telling you, I've said it before. The rom-com people are gonna get their wish, and there's gonna be a million Sleepless in Seattles if you sit there and don't let this continue. So don't think that all these movies can't go away. Like this is our time now. Like the comic fans and the fans of sci-fi stuff. Like this is our time at the movies. So enjoy it while it lasts, because it will go away very quickly.
Will you highlight Bleeker's comment? What kind of friend? The kind of friend that says I'm mean to him, and he's got me going out in the middle of the night at 9 p.m.
That's funny. I mean, but so now if it is a rib, I mean, how do you reconcile that? Like, how do you get your revenge on that?
I'll find a way.
Yeah, I prefer to deliver my payback to Marcus in like many installments.
Just the installments, huh? All right.
Just poke.
I would love another Dazed and Confused type movie, but I don't think that they make those anymore, really. I think those are
kind of not really a thing. But let's get back to wrestling.
Yes. So
the Cody wins.
Yep.
But now are we really getting another Sammy versus Owens?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, just that's the way that they kind of left it off, because he was mad. He's like, "You didn't do anything. Like, you watched Cody sit there and throw me through that thing," and I guess they work so well together that, like, I mean, it doesn't do any harm to have them go against each other, but they are kind of.
Can they get any matches with other wrestlers besides each other? I'm starting to think these guys are schmucks. It seems like they can only work well together. Like, do a match with somebody else, asshole. Like, what is going on with those guys? He did okay with Cody, but Cody makes everybody look good.
I think they like each other so much they would just be, as long as somebody's willing to pay them, I think they will be having matches into their 60s against each other.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you look at it, I mean, if you really look at it, Sammy usually doesn't go over too many times. So this is if they need if they need Sammy to go over, it's always against Kevin Owens. Usually against anyone else, he usually ends up losing in the big programs that he gets into. So I think this is just to give Sammy a win, or maybe Kevin Owens will go over this time just to go over. Who knows?
Well, Pop's ready.
They won't save it for Mania. I don't think Sammy versus Kevin.
You don't Sammy?
Okay.
Well, did Sammy qualify? I don't think Sammy qualified for the Elimination Chamber, so I don't think he has anything to do for Elimination Chamber. I could be wrong. But I thought that he didn't qualify.
Did Kevin Owens? I don't think he did either. Nobody's really qualified.
Splash pages.
I know that Drew.
Sorry, John Cena.
Yeah, Cena, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, who the hell else? There's three of them. I know it's Cena and Drew for sure.
Yep.
I don't know who else though.
Let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble, because I want to actually then cover some stuff that's happened since then.
Okay.
Biggie, what were your impressions on the Rumble? What did you see that you liked?
All right, so this is where I get to my favorite part, and it wasn't anything to do with the in-ring match itself. It was just hearing AJ Styles' intro music be, "They don't want none. They don't want none."
Honestly, he was like the only surprise. None.
Yeah.
He was the only surprise to that Rumble. That was great.
Yeah, because
that was like his first come into WWE. Like when he first came in, he did that in the Rumble. So
Yeah, and it was like they were very like just free with going ahead and like, oh, like these guys are all gonna be like they weren't tight-lipped on anybody like this. And John Cena's coming and he's gonna do it. It's like, wow, like you would figure that they would have held Cena back and then like, oh my god, he's back for this one last run, something like that. But nope, they just they let that out, and then the only, like you said, the only one that they kind of kept in the wraps is AJ. But everybody else is pretty straightforward. Oh, and then what's his name? My daughter loves the guy. Was it Speed? Speed was the other one, but I don't really know who he is, but I don't need them. My daughter
Does he owe Braun Breaker money?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Does anybody think Braun Breaker maybe took a little liberty with him?
Yeah,
Just
he
because
absolutely
he
did.
was like, "You're taking somebody's spot, so I'm gonna spike you a little bit here."
I mean,
that was a brutal looking spear.
Yeah, he dropped him hard, and it's just like, wow. It's just like, and I've watched the replay of it, and I'm just like, I'm wondering. So I'm wondering if it's so much that you know, Braun took liberties, or that just the kid didn't know where to stand, and because like when you look at it,
no, it was not the kid's fault. No.
He really didn't do much wrong that I can tell. I think Braun just hit him with and you know what? What a Steiner move that would be. Can you imagine what the Steiners in their prime would have done to a Hollywood
they destroyed somebody
that stepped into a ring to be a wrestler for the night?
I don't know. I think Scott was a little easy with some of them Hollywood guys back in the day, if I can pull up some shit.
Later on in his WCW, I'm talking like 80s Steiners. They were known for being stiff.
And then what was it?
Yeah, I think Braun Breaker was just trying to get some attention for his own brand. I think he was going into business for himself, actually.
He lit Speed up.
He crushed him. And the thing that I thought surprising too was that, like, what was it? He assisted on an eliminating, I think it was like Braun Strowman, right? Like he got an elimination. Oh no, it was a Bronson Reed. It was somebody big that like Speed has no business eliminating anybody because he's a twig, but still
he eliminated 2 people so they got in there.
Yeah, well, like he helped out on one, and then you know Braun just kind of
okay.
You know, he had enough fun, and it was time to just just knock him out of his shoes, and he did. He crushed him with that spear. It's like, I mean, like if he went to a hospital after, I would completely understand because he got absolutely annihilated. But yeah, like I remember that. You know, he came up because my daughter screamed and said, "Speed!" I'm like, "Who is Speed?" And but the thing was, it was so telegraphed that it was going to happen because Carmelo came out and here comes Tozawa, and Tozawa's taking his time in the entryway, and then he got absolutely obliterated. Oh no, it was Otis. Otis was
no, it was Tozawa.
No. I mean, what's it called? Otis was who Speed helped eliminate. I was gonna say it was somebody he had no business eliminating, but he did eliminate Otis. So I was like, wow,
I'm a little over. They can release some of these guys at this point. Tozawa. He doesn't need to be a thing anymore. He's just a jobber. You could bring in enhancement talent.
Well, that's the thing. I'm kind of curious because like with some of the people they did release, I was like, okay, and it seemed like it was mostly NXT people that they let go, and then Sonya Deville got let go. And then was it Alba? No, one of those two that was in the tag team. It's like the Irish chick. I forget her name. Not Alba Fire, but the other one. She got let go. And it's just like the fact that Tozawa is still there is pretty crazy because it's like I don't know how much more mileage Alpha Academy has in it really. It doesn't really. I mean, they basically just go out and lose. It's just like I mean, okay. And, Otis is the star out of that group. I mean, they're trying to make.
If you were gonna do something with any of them, it's Otis.
Yeah.
Otis is like a real comedic guy. Like he makes the little kids laugh and shit. Like I know people like the Yeet guy or whatever, but I like Otis as like they just don't get a push,
Jey Uso is now just a Yeet guy, like he main event. He's good stuff.
No, I know you and Becker are fans, but I'm not.
I'm not a Jey Uso. I don't like Yeet. I think it's cool that a guy like him, after as long a time as he's put in, for anybody that's a full timer that long that just catches lightning. Because let's be honest, a year ago, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have predicted this Jey Uso run.
I think it would be better back then whenever he was actually competing with Roman and doing the whole, I got to leave my brother. And it's a little too late for me. And it's the wrong spot.
He won the Rumble. I could not. I thought for sure it would be CM Punk or John Cena.
I thought it was going to be Cena for sure when they had.
And the crowd was into it. They blew the roof off.
And that's the way that's what I said to a lot of people who like detract. Like I have friends, that I was just like, oh, that's the worst thing. I'm like, dude, I was like, you have to think about two things. Number one, that crowd is in the palm of his hand every time he goes out. It's the same thing with Kofi Mania. It was the same thing with Daniel Bryan.
He's selling T-shirts.
Exactly.
He's selling T-shirts. He's selling merch. And people are throwing babies into the air when he comes out. Monday night, I wondered. I was like, will the crowd still stay hot for him?
Yeah.
What do y'all think, chat?
And it was still hot.
Speak up on Mania, chat, if you could help me out here. I'm just curious to hear what they gotta say.
When that man tried to speak for 5 minutes straight, he couldn't start talking because they kept screaming yeet at him, and they did his music like 4 times in a row.
And he was blowed up because he did this like 1,000 times.
Yeah, like he 100% is the hottest thing they have right now. And so
I want to talk about what Bleeker just said. Jacob Fatu is my favorite guy in the.
Oh, he's great.
I think he's replaced. I think he's replaced CM Punk as my fave. Like I love Jacob Fatu.
Oh no.
I think he's cool because like he blurs the line between work and shoot when it comes to it, because like he does not pull punches when he talks, so he kind of goes off and he says what he says, and like he's believable. That's the other thing. Like he's believable as a badass character. Like he's not.
He's my favorite Samoan. He's my favorite Samoan, but that's about it.
I think.
Did anyone see? Okay, sorry, Pop, you go.
Jay,
got worked up.
Cash Money right now. Jay, Cash Money right now.
Jay is Cash Money right now. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the only one in disagreement. I think that.
I'm not saying I like him. I'm just.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I mean, it could be a fact that he's selling money. It could be a fact he's selling money and all that shit. Yes, absolutely. You guys are right, but I just don't like him.
That's usually all
it's not for me either. I think it's for kids. I think if you're a kid, you love Jey Uso. I'm
and I can see that.
And I have back problems. Like I don't like. I'm not doing this for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is that like what I said to them when they were just upset and like I can't believe this is bullshit, and like look. Roman is older now. He's not old, but he's not wrestling full time anymore.
I can't wait till WrestleMania comes around and all of you guys saying he's doing fantastic, or will be mildly entertained for the WrestleMania main event. But whatever.
No, but the thing is though, is just that you have to look towards the future. And honestly, like Jay is going to be one of the future big names they have going forward. Just because when you look at the talent that they have at the top and the people that they're pushing right now. You have a lot of guys that aren't going to be there all that long. Like you still got mileage out of Jey Uso.
I want to say something about what Biggie said in support of Biggie. I do feel like the part of what surprised me about Jey Uso winning the Rumble is that it doesn't feel big. You can't put him against Cody. It just doesn't make sense. So he's obviously going for Gunther. He has the story with Gunther. They're setting up the feud with the continued feud, the disrespect, Gunther treats him bad. He called him pathetic and a little boy. And, so obviously the move is that Jay's going to pick Gunther and he's going to beat Gunther at Mania. And that doesn't feel like the main event of Mania, does it?
No. And I
we've seen
he can't even main event what Royal Rumble's supposed to give him, so that speaks volumes.
Yeah, well, it gives him a title match, but it's not going to be the main event.
He'll be one of the night's main events, probably the first night.
I don't think he's beating Gunther either. By the way, I don't think Gunther's going to lose that guy.
I think he'll beat Gunther. I think it'll be on night 1. And I don't think it'll be as big as they think it's going to be. Maybe it will. Prove me wrong, but
please.
It doesn't feel big to me.
It was Sammy beat him. Sammy beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
Yes, he
did.
So
it's so he's used to kind of losing to somebody who's like not quite main
an
event
extreme
level.
Baby face.
Yeah.
Gunther is more over than Uso in my mind, just as a worker and gimmick. All right. I hate his chops, but his like aura, dude, he's a wrestler, bro. Like that guy will hurt you.
Than Jay right now, but I think it's
So-
going to happen, and I think I don't have night 2 nailed down yet. Who's Cody going against?
Cody right now doesn't have anybody straight that said who they're going.
Gotta
to.
wait for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Royal
I-
Rumble shit the bed, which nobody will agree with, but Royal Rumble shit the bed, so now we gotta wait for Elimination Chamber. That's just how it is.
I don't think it's shit the bed per se. Like I mean, I think that
We were supposed to get a main event from Royal Rumble, and we're waiting on our main event still. So it's shit the bed.
That's the thing. WrestleMania's changes. It's not just like the one night and then you have the, you know what I mean? You have 2 world titles, which gives you 2 nights. They have 2 nights and then they have 2 world titles. So they can easily do 2 main events. Like Cody's main eventing the entire thing. I think what you might end up seeing is Cody versus Punk, to be honest with you. I don't know if Punk's gonna win the elimination chamber. I think
We're stuck with what we was thinking for the Rumble. Is either gonna be CM Punk or Cena.
Do you know?
And you always got the wild card of Rock. Rock is still a wild card.
Well, yeah.
If he still wants to do something, I don't think he does. But I want to say something real quick for the post Rumble promos. Man, did I love Jacob Fatu's with him and who are they putting him against right now? Damian Priest.
Yeah.
That promo was great where he said, Priest, you are right. We're both from the streets, but you ain't never been in that box. Yeah. Referencing his prison time. Biggie, do you remember like a damn year ago when I was saying Jacob Fatu needs to talk about his time in prison?
Yeah. You did say that. It's true. I wasn't so sure that would be a good idea, but it works. It works.
For him, it does, because he looks like a truly if that guy came up to you in public and said, "Hey, what'd you say about it?" I'd be scared.
Now, does anybody know what he went to that prison for? Anybody know?
Armed robbery.
Armed robbery. Now, all it takes is another wrestler to bring up what he did, and it might not get over so well,
No, well, if he's gonna be a heel though, it'd be perfect because it's like, I mean, because he literally, just like Beckerman said, like no matter how badass you think
now he's a thief. Now he's poor. Now you gotta worry about him hurting somebody.
He's into what they say about him though. Like he's unhinged. There's a reason the family kept this guy at arm's length. Like you can't trust him, and like what he did to Braun Strowman. What he did to him at their match before this. What was that? Saturday night's main event? Yeah. Like he's unhinged. You can't trust him. Like he's an animal. He belongs in prison. This works. This reminds me of the 80s. Like
Kim Pantera.
Yeah. This is a
Hey, cheeseburgers are from McDonald's no more though.
No, exactly.
It's something else.
But and that's 100% it, because he can blur the line between reality and like work and shoot real quick. And it's just like one of those things where it's just like, like he can, if you're gonna sit there and come at him about his jail time and be like, yeah, I got nothing to lose, dude. I'm as nuts as you want me to be. And that's all he has to do. Like he doesn't have to win matches. He can just go out there and just like throw people through tables and cause destruction. And like people like, this guy's nuts. You can do arrest angles. You can do all kinds of stuff with him, and it's just still not gonna matter. And like they're playing up the fact that he's just like he said, he's just a maniac.
Somebody's gonna get locked in a cage with him at some point. You can play on this. This works.
Like imagine him in a Hell in the Cell. It's like, you're in here with me. Like there is no escape. You're in here with me, and I'm gonna destroy you in this thing. I'm gonna show everybody what I really can do. Like that. I
tell you one thing: that whoever might say something, I wouldn't want to be in their shoes trying to embarrass that guy, because he could hurt somebody. That guy is seriously dangerous, dude. Like, yeah.
Like I mean, I think the cool part with that group too, because and they've been building that for a while. Like even when he first debuted and first came out, they were just, because they were trying to make Solo's like the real badass, but people were like, no, but this guy's dangerous. Like Solo might be
looks like kind of a chubby kid next to Jacob Fatu.
I've never been a Solo fan. I didn't agree with any of the
There's something
Solo
about
shit.
his look that's not right. He don't look hard enough to me, right?
He don't. He's soft.
And you know what's funny? I swear, like, it's almost like they were just like, look, we need you to kind of be like your cousin, pretend to be Jacob Fatu, and then they sign the guy, and it's like, all right, now we're gonna put them together, and they're like, wait, we made a huge mistake. Like, this guy should be leading the bloodline. He's ferocious. he doesn't, you know, and it's just like, and that's why he kept saying, "I love you so," like, and it's just like
the facial expressions on Fatu, like even when he's not in the center of something and he's just off to a side, like in the Rumble, his facials just draw me in.
Yeah, he's good, and I mean, I would say Tama Tonga's good too. Like Tama would be like. Too bad him and his brother like have had such a hard time coming in just because his brother keeps getting hurt. But Tama's good too. I like him too. I just but you know that the star of the new like the new bloodline 100% Jacob Fatu. Like there's no doubt in anybody's mind.
All right, so let's go around the horn. You've got the book. You're in charge of WWE. Who do you put against Cody at Mania?
That's such a tough question. that's really, because it's like, all right, you can make a case for it not to be Cena just because it's his last year. He doesn't have to win at WrestleMania. He'd like to, but he doesn't have to. You can hold him off until SummerSlam or even maybe a little later for him to win the title. So I would say not Cena. Punk would be great. Rock would be amazing just because you have the whole thing with him, Mama Rhodes and this and that. It's just like that would be cool to see him versus The Rock.
Let's pretend The Rock's not on the table.
Okay. If he's not on the table, your options, I guess, I mean, would end up being, I guess, maybe Drew McIntyre, which him versus Cody doesn't do it for me. No. I would say him versus Punk versus Cody works in my mind. I think that it wouldn't be a bad match. The only problem is that, you know, Punk wants to main event the WrestleMania, but he's not going to win it because Cody's still too open. You can't take the belt off Cody.
Yeah, I don't know. My answer will surprise you, so I'm going to go last. Biggie?
I don't know. I don't like how you just took Rock off the table. Like, I don't know why you did that because it's Rock does whatever he wants. Rock can do it if he wants. He kind of rocked it up last year, so I feel you, but it's definitely a possibility Rock could weasel his dumbass in there. But if I'm gonna pick between, there's three options. It's Rock, Cena, and CM Punk. Cody's going to probably wrestle one of those guys, or maybe two. If I was to pick one, it's hard to say like Punk don't deserve his spot in there's two stories here. There's Punk's never had a WrestleMania main event, and then there's Cena hasn't won. Cena, if he wins, he'll have his 18th championship, which would break Ric Flair's WWE
17,
championship.
Yeah,
16, 17.
Yeah.
He's supposedly breaking, even though everybody knows Ric Flair's got like 22 or 23 reigns. So those are the two stories. Which one do I want more? I would guess if I could get a perfect match out of Punk, I'd want Punk.
Okay.
And here's where I'm going to shock you. I pick Cena, and I pick Cena to take the title off of Cody.
Really?
And
wow.
I give him the shine. Have him break the record in the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah, those are the two stories. But then you gotta wait another. You gotta wait another year to hopefully get Punk a fucking shot at it. Is the only problem.
That is true.
Yeah, I didn't say. From a business standpoint, I think putting Cena over at WrestleMania is the biggest story you have available this year.
That makes sense. That does make sense. But I do like what Biggie said though, because that like in giving Punk the match, right? You have to go with exactly what Biggie said, which was CM Punk has to put on a perfect match for it to be worth it, and that's a tall order. Because Punk, you know, it
would be a better match than Cena's, dude. If Punk can pull it off, it'd be a better match.
Absolutely. But just like you said, it has to be a perfect match. Can Punk deliver a perfect match with Cody? That's the tough part. Like just because, I mean, you have to hope that he's 100% healthy, doesn't get any sort of hurt at all. So
no bloopers, no botches. It would be beautiful.
Go for it.
Cena is too predictable. I am sorry.
Yeah. It would be kind of boring to see Cena. But the main story would be like he got
much though. He wouldn't have to do much.
That's kind of like Hogan being
a legend. Yeah, it is though. Cena is the closest to Hogan we have left.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
Roman Reigns too, though, honestly.
No,
Roman ain't
definitely.
on. I wouldn't put Roman at that level. I think Cena
Well, he's got
and
like 5
Hogan are
moves and
in a
big guy.
conversation of their own.
Yeah.
Maybe The Rock you could put there.
You could.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely you can put The Rock there. You could put The Rock there. Hogan, Rock, Cena, Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that even though, you know, Rock is old, I think you could always put him in next year if you had to versus whoever. And I'll tell you, like, what would kind of be cool, and I don't know how long, you know, Cena would plan to stay, but if he would, let's say he does win the title, and if he's able to go a year and keep the title, The Rock versus Cena at WrestleMania wouldn't be bad either. If you were able to get them both in.
I want to talk about one other thing, since we ain't been on here in a while. There's been this little storyline and gimmick with how long is it going to take before Stone Cold does an appearance, dude? Like, is he ever going to come back?
That's
Maybe
a good
not.
question because he's looking. I mean, he's looking more fit. I mean, you would figure that, you know, he could be good to go. It's just, you know, whether or not. I mean, he's got a lot of money, and he does make money off of the shows that he has and everything like that. So I mean, who knows? I mean, and his podcast is great. Like, if you ever listen, his podcast is really good. So, I mean, who knows if he'll ever step back in the ring? I mean, he did come out with that WrestleMania. He gave Owens a match, but I don't know if that was his farewell though.
Right.
Yeah,
we've just been
Stone Cold back. I don't think Stone Cold wants to come back.
And we've been getting rumors of him getting offered to come back, and he's been not taking the offer. So I just wonder what that is all about, you know.
All right, Pop.
All right.
Rock Cody match is dead and buried.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I mean, unless they do like a triple threat or something like that, then I could kind of see it. But like, the Rock really doesn't need to be at this WrestleMania. Like, he could always come back for next year. I think that, you know, I mean, I wasn't really thinking Beckerman's way until he said it. Or it's just like, you know, give Cena the win, like to break the record and the title.
It's the biggest headline grabber you could have coming out of WrestleMania.
I could see that.
John Cena is a household name. People know who he is that don't watch wrestling. If you put the title on him at WrestleMania, it will grab a news cycle. John Cena breaks WWE's world title record.
That would make mainstream. That would make ESPN. That would probably make
the biggest headline grabber you have. What's going to be the other headline? Some guy that says "Yeet" beat a German or an Austrian?
Well, you know, I mean, that would be kind of funny. Like, but no, I think you know, it would be cool if he did do that. The only thing is that, like, I just with how over Cody is, it's just like, does anyone really want to see Cody lose right now? Because people,
when does the new season of Peacemaker drop too?
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
Are we gonna just ignore that Punk and Seth Rollins had the biggest match of the last year on Raw? Like, Punk already proved
that main event was good. It was a good one. Because that grabbed a lot of attention too. Like a lot of people in the wrestling world, like podcasting, they were just talking about, like, you know, who needs to win the most out of this and everything else. And so that you know, definitely has.
That's all the proof you need that Punk can pull it off. Like, I know Seth Rollins is good, but Punk was half of that match.
No, Punk can. I mean, if like you said, if Punk is able to deliver with no botches, no nothing, like, he'd have an absolute great match with Cody. But we'll have to see what happens, because I feel like Elimination Chamber, you know, is gonna be something that, like, where. Because I wonder if Cena will pull the same thing like he did before, where he's like, you know what, I still think was best for business, even though I lost Elimination Chamber and I lost the Rumble. I want to be in the title match.
I'll play devil's advocate for a second. Like, you're supposed to try to make new talent out of nothing. I mean, I ain't saying Jay's nothing talent, but you're making him a bigger character. So that's a good step. At least you got a couple more pieces to play with. So we'll see how it goes, dude.
Yeah.
Papa?
Rumors are they are talking moving Punk from Roman Seth Punk 3-way to Cena Cody Punk 3-way.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what I
heard that too. I heard that too, Papa.
I think it's more or less like that's what the fans are kind of looking for. So I could see it. Like imagine. I mean, you know, a controversial ending to Elimination Chamber. Then that's how you set that up.
What the fuck are we doing? None of us have brought up Roman the whole time. Are we just over Roman at this point?
So Roman is kind of just hanging back. Like Roman is not the main focus, really. It seems weird to think that, but he's just not right now. It's like him versus Seth is a story that they want to tell, and they wanted to have it.
Versus... Not the story I really care about, though. That doesn't feel like a lot to me.
And it's kind of weird because I feel like they've already had their, you know, like they had their kind of first meeting again since, you know, and that was like last year during like Roman's Reign of Terror thing. Like you know, they had their match and Seth tried to, you know, play the angle of like, I broke up the Shield and I'm gonna take you down, and he lost. I feel like that story's already been told. But I mean, I guess who else are you gonna match Roman up with that, you know, if you're trying to keep him out of the title picture?
All right, guys, I have a hard out in 4 minutes because I got to get ready to drive across town.
Yeah, man.
Right. Enjoy
Wrap
the movie.
up.
Well, you guys can keep going. I'm just letting you know. If you guys want to keep going, I'm going to leave at 8.
No, I think we could wrap up. I don't have much unless you want to say some more stuff. Cause it's your first time. You want to talk more, Chris, for a minute?
I mean, I'm just, this is your show. I'm just on it. So,
well, all right, we'll wrap it up. I think that was a good debut for you, Chris. We had a great, I mean, the hour flew by. We had a great chat. Thanks to everybody that showed up. We usually go around the horn. Boston, you got anything coming up this week?
Let's see. So on Saturday, it's going to be the first episode of the Hunt on Saturday, Saturday Night Main Event. So look for that. Bleecker has church on Sunday. I am going to end up making a video soon about some stuff I picked up from a small show a couple weeks ago, and a couple of books that I picked up from LCS. So I'll be putting up some new content pretty soon. But that's what I got going on now. So Hunt Saturday, church Sunday, and then my own video that I'm going to be putting up relatively soon, probably tomorrow or something.
Okay. Biggie Shack.
Yeah.
The man who won the Friday Night War against the Hunt.
So we are going to be doing the top 100 comic book covers on Friday night on Collector Club. Me, Alan, D-Runk, and Matt. We're going to finish that up, I think. Almost finish it up. We're like 1 or 2 episodes away. And then Saturday night, I think there's going to be a pretty big match coming, and I'll be part of a signing for a match coming up on the Hunt against one of the Hunt guys. So you might want to tune in and see who the big match is. Yeah.
There you go.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yep. And I did a stream today. I do streams all the time. So, oh yeah, TM joined our book club. So look forward to having TM on our book club. That's about it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to everybody in the chat. Jay Ryan, Comic Journey, Bleecker, Circumstance, I'll see you in a bit. Swag, thanks for stopping by. Papa Wheelie, got anything coming up? You can catch us back here next Thursday at that earlier time that we went live tonight. That's 8 p.m. Eastern, or as I call it, Biggie Shack Standard Time, and 7 p.m. in God's country here in the Heartland. Yeah, I'll probably be at church on Sunday, like a good comic book faithful. And yeah, man, I dug the chat tonight. Thanks, everybody.
I love all people and thanks for watching.
God. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
That's all, folks.
Did everybody leave?
Nope.
He can't go.